Hi there, I'm Lori with Co-Creating Impact and itstimesunshine.com here with our good friend Eric. How the heck are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very good.
Good.
The sun's out. There's no snow on the ground. Spring's here. It's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And we want to get to know a little bit about you in 15 minutes and what tools and resources you might have used in the past for when you're in times of stress. I know that you are a nurse right now, and so
Yeah,
we can talk a little bit about that, whatever you're here to share.
and COVID's been really crazy because it's kind of really changed the whole aspect of nursing. Um, for me, especially in the last, well, I started nursing 4.5 years ago, 5 years ago. So when COVID hit, it just the whole arena of nursing changed. Um, it became much more stressful, a lot more stressful. Um, especially with different types of protocols and everything that they have to do with that, and of course, you know, watching people get sick and unfortunately dying. I think my facility, we lost 48 people in a very, very short period of time. And really, when COVID hit, it was just like, wow. I mean, it spread quick because we were 8 months into the pandemic and didn't have a case at all. So once it hit, it spread like wildfire. It really did. And I work in a long-term care facility, so that was even worse. So having to take care of those people, um, it just changed the whole game of nursing, period, as far as that goes.
Yeah, and what? Ooh, feedback. What did you hear that? What did you do to help yourself with your stress level during that time?
Honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of time to kind of like decompress because you're constantly working. You know, when I did have days off, or when I do have days off, I like smoking food. So meat, I love my smoker, so I cook a lot. You know, um, like today I'm gonna be well, yeah, today I'm gonna be decompressing and cooking some brisket. So because it's just a beautiful day out. So stuff like that. Just maybe hanging out with friends or meeting them for lunch or something like that, or making TikToks. Things like that, just to kind of relax. And then, of course, everything enters your mind. You go, oh crap, I got to go back to work and deal with this again, and everything like that.
Have you gone through any therapy yourself to help you cope with things?
Kind of. My patients really have been my therapy, believe it or not. Talking with them, kind of understanding things through their eyes, especially the ones that weren't sick. Getting their feedback on it and their thoughts on it and things like that. You develop relationships with residents, and the older generation is so interesting to talk to anyways, their stories and the things that they share with us. So that was a lot of therapy for me, talking with family about it, because it really does affect you. I think any nurse that has been working through this pandemic, it's changed them. And if they say it hasn't, they're lying, because it changes you. It changes the way you look at things. It changes the way that you react to things. I think it changes you as a person. I think for me, it's made me a little bit harder or gruffer, maybe, about, if that makes sense. Because it makes you mad that it even happened in the first place. But I mean, when all is said and done, at the end of the day, my job's to help people and to make them feel better. And if I've done that, then I've done my job.
Well, and we can't help others if we're not helping ourselves, and fulfilling ourselves. And it sounds like you're getting that through community and TikTok and cooking and things
Oh
that you
yeah.
enjoy, and you recognize that. So that's
Hmm.
fantastic. Yeah. Do you have, I know that you dabbled with a little bit of music in your past. Do you want to share some of that?
You're gonna go there?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I was a local musician in the Cleveland area for many, many years. Moved to Nashville, did some songwriting, was a session drummer for a while, and then decided to step it up and started playing on the national level. So I did some touring and big shows and TV shows and things like that. And realized you couldn't really make a great living out of it because, let's face it, I'm old. So it was it was time to find something that was a little bit more future secure, so to speak. But I loved those days. They were a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of fun.
And
I don't know if we can talk about all the fun that I had, but it was a lot of fun.
it was a lot of fun back in the day. If you call yourself old, that means I'm old. So don't go there.
Oh
You're
yeah,
not
that's
calling me
right.
old.
Yeah, we're close to the same age.
Yeah. So, yeah, music is ingrained in you. And where did that
Oh yeah.
even start? From childhood? Did you always love music? And
I mean, I remember my parents used to have this wood stump on their front porch. They used to pull a chair up to it, and my next door neighbor was a drummer, and he had given me a pair of drumsticks, and I would beat the living daylights out of that wood stump. I don't know what that wood stump was for, but anyhow, it just sat on the porch. I don't know, but I just beat the snot out of that thing for hours and hours and hours until my dad finally says, you know what, why don't we just buy him a drum? So I got a drum and started that way. And my first band I was in was a 50s, 60s Motown band called Rudy and the Illusions. And from then on there, it was just, that was it. I did it. I always used to keep a log of where I used to play at. And I think for almost 30 years, I was somewhere every weekend playing music, So yeah, music is a huge part of who I am. And sometimes I use that to cope with nursing is music and entertainment and things like that. Now I'll sit down, play a guitar and maybe write a song or, whatever, just to, take the stress away.
just, play the guitar, write a song.
I'm not very good at it. I know 4 chords and that's it. That's the extent of it.
Yeah, it's funny that music just pulls everyone together. I feel like it's such a common.
It does. It's therapeutic. I mean, it's very therapeutic, to sit down and what I like about playing my guitar is I'm not very good at it, first of all. But I wanted to learn how to play just so I could express myself with a song. So just to sit down and birth something from beginning to finish and go, wow, that's really cool. It's therapeutic. That's for me anyways, it is.
Yeah, it's a form of writing and getting things off your chest, like journaling and being able to, right through it. I can totally relate to that because I feel the same with writing. Writing is a huge thing for me. Do you like to get outside and be outside in nature too?
I don't like bugs. I don't like bugs.
Except for when you're cooking.
No, I do. I mean, I like going out. I'm a hunter, so
okay.
I like to go out. I like to go out in the fall and hunt. Spring, I do turkey every now and again. I love being outside by the pool and hanging out and having a few drinks and just chilling. So I'm not a big walker. I notice like in a lot of your videos, you're walking a lot in your TikTok videos. And I'm like, I just can't, I'm just not a walker because I think it's because I for 12, 13 hours a day. I'm walking a nursing floor, a nursing unit. So I'm not a real big walker, but yeah, I like getting outdoors and doing things. Like today's going to be a beautiful day. I'm going to hang outside after we're done here and just enjoy the day.
And do some
And do some what?
cooking.
I'm going to do some cooking. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to do a brisket today.
That's
I'm going to
beautiful.
lay it out. Yeah. Because that really is, I mean, it was like the other night I was at work and it was just like, I'm so exhausted with patients. I'm so exhausted with management. I'm so exhausted with the pandemic. I can't wait to get home and cook my brisket, just to get away from it all,
Yeah, and it's the small little things that help us throughout our day to get through it. Yeah,
exactly.
And what's the feeling in your facility as far as the nurses go with how the pandemic was handled?
I think we all feel right now like it's a dog-eat-dog world. We have milk-bone underwear on, if that makes sense. We're very, I guess people are just tired of it. We're ready for it to be over. We ended up closing our COVID unit 3 weeks ago, and then we found 4 more cases in our facility last week. So hopefully those 4 are contained. We reopened our COVID unit. So hopefully we keep those contained. How the pandemic was handled, we weren't prepared for it. Nobody was prepared for it. We had no clue what hit us. And then all of a sudden you're slammed with all of these precautions and temping yourself in and doing this, making sure everybody stays safe and healthy. And then all of a sudden it enters your facility and you're like, this is real. Thank God, knock on wood, I never got it, but I was dealing with people every day that was getting it. And it kind of, of course I wore a mask and gloves, but I was on a non-COVID area. So when I would temp them or they had a temperature, I'd have to do what they call a rapid test. And if they came positive, I'm like, okay, I'm right with these people. I don't have PPE on. All I'm wearing is gloves and a mask. God must love me because I never got it. Of course, I did get the vaccine. We started vaccinating our residents. I think 95% of them took the vaccine. But we weren't prepared for this. Nurses just weren't prepared for us, and they call us heroes, which I kind of hate because most facilities don't treat you like a hero. Their management, like our facility, we didn't get hazard pay. We didn't get anything. If we got the disease and we were off for 14 days, they made us use our PTO time or our vacation time. So, and a lot of facilities did that, even though the government gave facilities the money to pay their employees that, which they did. We never got it. So as a nurse, you become bitter. You're calling me a hero, and I appreciate that. I do. But I'm just doing my job. But you're not treating us like a hero, So that to me was kind of, and I never liked that statement, because you'd walk up and you go, oh, well, there's a sign that says, we support you. You're our heroes. It was very just disconcerting.
Well, yeah, to say one thing and do another, it's not, it's contradictive. Yeah, I can see how you feel that. And did any of your coworkers get the COVID?
Oh yeah, several coworkers got it. So we lost a lot of staff as far as none of our coworkers passed away, which was good. So we ended up having to use a lot of agency nurses and things like that to cover those spots. Thank God everybody's okay now. Everybody's negative. So we're kind of back to our normal staffing. So, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. If you get into a flow of things within the facility, you probably get out of that flow a little bit when someone new comes in, I would imagine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It changes the whole game.
Yeah. Eric, thank you so much. I do believe that you're a hero, and
Oh,
I
thank you.
appreciate your service. Thank you for coming on, and thank you for your time here. I
Well,
appreciate it.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Bye.